high call series.
Children, up to now, we have learned how to compare the two-digit numbers and how to write how to put the symbols less than, greater than, and is equal to between two numbers, and how to write the ascending order for the given set of numbers, and also we have learned how to write the descending order for the given set of numbers. So now let us go to the next topic in this chapter, that is numbers on the abacus. So numbers on the abacus. So children, what is abacus? So abacus is a device with we can represent any number on the abacus. So abacus is a machine which is used to represent the numbers on it. So how the abacus will be? So children, so observe the abacus. So in abacus there will be spikes. So there will be spikes. That means the rods, the small thick rods are called spikes, and there will be one spike for each place. So that means for one's place there will be one spike, and for tenth place there will be another spike. That means for each place there will be each spike on the abacus, and we can put the beads. So these are called beads. And by using these beads and by keeping these beads on these spikes, we can represent the numbers. So with the help of these spikes and beads, we can represent the numbers on the abacus. So children, look at the screen. We can show a number on the abacus. To show 79 on abacus, we put 9 beads in one's place, that is in one's spike, and 7 beads in tenth spike. So children, how can we represent numbers on the abacus? So first, let us see an example. So the number is 79. So how to represent the number 79 on the abacus? So children, this is the number 79. So 9 is present in one's place and 7 is present in tenth place. So in abacus, there will also be 2 spikes. So this is a 2-digit number. So that's why there will be 2 spikes. And one spike is one's place and one spike is for tenth place. So this is called one's place spike, and this spike is called tenth place spike. So now how can we represent? So here, so there will be 9 in the one's place. Now we have to keep 7 beads. We have to keep 7 beads on one's spike. We have to keep 9 beads on one's spike and 7 beads on tenth spike. So in this way, by using these spikes and beads, we can represent any number on the abacus. So let us practice some more problems on the abacus by entering into some activity part. So let us enter activity part. So children, so this is some activity part on abacus. So now we have to represent, that means we have to write numbers from the abacus. So write the numbers shown by each of the following abacus. So children, so there are given some abacus, and there are also they have keep some beads on each spike. And by counting the beads on each spike, we have to write the numbers from the abacus. So let us see how to write the numbers from the given abacus. So see the first abacus. So children, so in this abacus there are 2 spikes. So this is O, means this is one's spike. That is one's place spike. T means this spike is tenth place spike. So children, so how many beads are there in tenth spike? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 beads are there in tenth spike. So there is 4 in the tenth place. And how many beads are there in the one's spike? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 beads in one's spike. That means 3 is present in one's place. So 4 is present in tenth place. 3 is present in one's place. So the number is 4, 3. That is 43. So next, Children, see the next problem here. Here also they have given abacus and they have keep some beads on each spike. There are two spikes in this abacus. So O means this is a ones place spike. T means this is a tens place spike. Now we have to count the number of beads in each spike. So let us count the number of beads in tens spike. How many beads are there in 10 spikes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means 9 beads are there in tens spike. That means 9 is present in tens place. And how many beads are there in ones spike? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beads are there on ones spike. That means 8 is present in ones place. So 9 is present in tens place and 8 is present in ones place. That is 9, 8 and this number is 98. And see the third one. So see the third abacus here. So here also two spikes are there. So this is ones spike and T means tens spike. And how many beads are there in tens spike? So let us count the number of beads on tens spike. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 beads on tens spike. That means 3 is present in tens place. And how many beads are there on ones spike? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beads are there on ones spike. That means 4 is present in ones place. So 3 is present in tens place. So write 3 first. And 4 beads are, that is 4 is present in ones place. Write 4 next. So the number is 3, 4 and it can be read as 34. And see the next one. So here also there are 2 spikes. So one is the ones spike and T means this is a tens spike and count the number of beads in each spike and write that number in that set. So how many beads are there on 10 spike? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So children, 8 beads are there on the tens spike. That means 8 is present in tens place. And how many beads are there on one spike? So on one spike also there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in one spike also there are 8 beads. That means 8 is present in tens place. So first write 8. And 8 is present in ones place. Again write 8 next. So the number is 8, 8. That is 88. So children, in this way we can write the numbers from the given abacus. And there are some problems for you to practice these problems at your home and do these problems as your homework. So children, this is the way of writing numbers from the given abacus. So let us go to the next part in this chapter. So this is also on the abacus. So children, so what is this? So draw the beads. So draw the beads to represent the number given in circle below. The children, so here the number is given in the circle. Now our task is we have to draw the beads on each spike by using that number. So in the previous one, so they have given beads, we have written the number. And in this part, they have given the number, now we have to draw the beads. That is in opposite way. So now let us see how to draw the beads on each spike and abacus by using this number. So see the first number here. So what is the first number given here? This number is 46. This number is 46. That means 4 is present in tens place and 6 is present in ones place. So 4 is present in tens place. That means we have to draw 4 beads on tens spike. So this is a tens spike. That's why we have to keep 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4 beads. And 6 is present in ones place. That means we have to draw 6 beads on ones spike. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beads. So children, in this way, so we can draw the beads on the abacus by using the number. See the next two problems. So what is the second number here? 38. So here 3 is present in tens place. place, 8 is present in 1's place. So how many tens are there? 3 tens. That means we have to draw 3 beads on tens spike. So 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 beads on tens spike. And how many ones are there? So there are 8 ones. And draw 8 beads on 1's spike. So draw 8 beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 beads draw on the 1's spike. See the next third problem here also. So what is the third number here? 91. So in this problem also, so here 9 is present in tens place. So draw 9 beads on tens spike. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1 is present on 1's place. So draw 1 bead on 1's spike. So draw 1 bead. So see the last number here, 57. So how to represent this 57 on abacus? So here children, 5 is present in tens place. So that's why draw 5 beads on tens spike. So draw 5 beads on tens spike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 7 is present in 1's place. So draw 7 beads on 1's spike. So draw 7 beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So draw 7 beads on 1's spike. So in this way, children, we can draw the beads on the abacus by using the given number. So these are the some problems on the abacus. So let us go to the next part. So children, up to now, we have practiced some problems in abacus. That means how to write the number from the abacus and how to represent the number of the abacus. Now the next point is skip counting. So next topic in this chapter is children, skip counting. So what is skip counting? So continuous counting means we can count the numbers one by one without skip. So here, what is the meaning of skip counting? So skip counting means, so counting, skip counting is counting bigger numbers from a given one by adding a number other than 1. So children, generally we can count the numbers just by adding 1 to the given number. So 1 after 2, how can we get 2 by adding 1? 2 after 3, how can we get 3 by adding 1? And 3 after 4, 4 after 5, 5 after 6. In this way, we can count the given numbers just by adding 1 to the given number. So that is called general counting. So what is the meaning of skip counting? So skip counting is the counting bigger numbers from a given one by adding a number other than 1. So in skip counting, we can add a number other than 1 to the given number. So for example, we skip count by 2 like this. So we skip count by 2 like this. So children, see how can we skip count? So in skip count, so first number is 2. The given number is 2. And just add 2, we will get 4. And after 4, and add 2 for 4, we will get 6. And add 2 to the 6, we will get 8. And add 2 to the 8, we will get 10. And add 2 to the 10, we will get 12. And add 2 to the 12, we will get 14. And add 2 for the 14, we will get 16. So this is called skip count by 2. That means we have to add 2 for each number, then we will get the next greater number. So this is called skip count by 2. So let us see an example how to skip count by 2. Skip count by 2. By 2 means children, we have to add 2 for the given number, then we will get its next larger number. So see here, the first given number is 8 and we have add 2 for 8, we will get 10. And again add 2, we will get 12. And again add 2 for the 12, we will get 14. And again add 2 for the 14, we will get 16. And again add 2 to the 16, we will get 18. So this is called skip count by 2. So children, in this way, with the skip count by 3, we have to add 3 for each number. And if the skip count by 4, we have to add 4 for every number. So let us see another example. So on skip counting, so children see skip count by 3. That means we have to add 3 for every number. Then we will get the next largest number. So here the first given number is 3, and then we have to add 3 here because skip count by 3 means we have to add 3 for the given number. So add 3 for the 3. We will get 6. And again add 3 to the 6. So 6 after 7, 8, 9. So we will get 9. And again add 3 to the 9. So 9 after 10, 11, 12. So we will get 12. And again add 3 to the 12. So 12 after 13, 14, 15. So write 15 here. And again add 3 to the 15. And after 15, 16, 17, 18. So write 18 here. And again add 3 to the 18. And after 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21. So children, in this way we can skip count by 3 and we can write any number of numbers. So this is an example for skip counting. So let us see some more examples on this skip counting. So the another example for skip counting is skip count by 5. So in skip count to 2, we have added 2 for each number. In skip count by 3, we have added 3 for each number. Whereas in skip count by 5, we have to add 5 for each number. The first number is 5 and add 5 to the 5, you will get 10. And again add 5 to the 10. After 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, you will get 15. And again add 5 to the 15. So after 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So write 20 here. And again add 5 to the 20. So 20 after 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25. And again add 5 to the 25. So after 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 30 here. And add 5 to the 30. So after 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So 35. So in this way, we can continue this addition and we can get larger and larger numbers. So this is called skip counting. So children, so let us practice some more problems on this skip counting. And again, another example for skip counting. So here, skip count by 10 and write in the circle. So here again also, we have to add 10 for each number and write the number in the circle. So the first given number is 10 and add 10 to the 10. If you add 10 to the 10, we will get 20. And again add 10 to the 20. If you add 10 to the 20, how much will you get? You will get 20 after 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So write 30 here. So already you have learnt addition on fingers in the first chapter and also in the second chapter. And again add 10 to the 30. What will you get? So if you add 10 to the 30 after 31, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So write 40 in the circle. And again add 10 to the 40. So after 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So write 50 in this circle. Children, again add 10 to the 50. So 50 after 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So write 60 in this circle. And again add 10 to the 60. So children, after 60, so you have learned at the beginning of the chapter how to write the numbers from 21 to 100. So remember how to write the numbers from 61. So after 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. So write 70 in this circle. So children, in this way we can continue this addition. So by adding 10 to each number, this is called skip counting. So let us practice. So problems on this skip counting, children. So this is our fifth chapter. So in this chapter, we have learned how to write the numbers from 20 to 100, and also learned how to write the number names for the numbers from 21 to 100. And also we have practiced some problems on abacus, how to write the numbers from the abacus and how to represent the numbers on the abacus. And also we have practiced some problems on skip counting. That is, what is the skip counting? That is skip counting by 2, skip counting by 3, skip counting by 5 and skip counting by 10. So this is our chapter and this is about the numbers from 21 to 100. So now we will go to the part worksheet. So let us recall or remember the topics up to now we have discussed in this worksheet. So we will practice some problems on the topics we have learned in this chapter. So the first problem in this worksheet is write the number and the number name. Write the number and the number name. So children, so let us see an example. So one example is given here. By using this example, so we have to done the remaining two problems. So children, see the first example. So here each strip. So each strip. So how many blocks are there in each strip? So let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So children, so each strip has 10 blocks. That means each represents 110. Each strip represents 110. How many strips are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 4 strips are there. 4 strips are there. That means total 4 tens are there. And how many single blocks are there? Each single block represents each one. And how many single blocks are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3 single blocks are there. That means how many ones are there? 3 ones are there. So 4 tens and 3 ones. So 4 tens and 3 ones. That is 4, 3. The number will be 43. So now, so practice the remaining problems. So let us do the remaining problems. So children, how many strips are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total there are 6 strips. That means there are 6 tens. And how many single blocks are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means there are 6 ones. So 6 tens and 6 ones. And the number will be 6, 6. That is 66. And see the last one here. So how many tens are there here? How many tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So children, there are also 6 tens are there. And how many single blocks are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means there are 9 ones. So 6 tens and 9 ones, and the number will be 6, 9. That is 69. So children, in this way we can write the numbers and number names. Already we have so many practices, so many problems in this chapter. So now let us go to the next section in the worksheet. So next section is write the missing numbers. So children, write the missing numbers. So they have given some numbers and they have left some spaces. They have given some spaces in the circles. We have to fill that gaps. That means we have to write the missing numbers in each circle. So they have started from 38. So start from 38. After 38, we will get 39. Very good. So write 39 in this circle. And after 39, you will get 40. And after 40, 41. And after 41, you will get 42. Very good. 42. So after 42, you will get 43. So write 43 in this circle. After 43, we will get 44. So write 44 in this circle. And after 44, we will get, what we will get? 45. So very good. Write 45 after 44. So after 45, we will get 46. And after 46, children, what number you will get? So 46. So children, so this row is completed. So the numbers from 38 to 46 are there, and we have filled the missed numbers here. So now let us start the second row. So that means we have to fill the missed numbers in the second row. So what is the first number in the second row? 51. So start from 51 and write the missing numbers in the given row. So after 51, children, how much number you will get? 51 after 52. Very good. Write 52. And after 52, we will get 53. So very good. So after 52, we will get 53. So after 53, we will get 54. 54 after 55. Very good. 55. So after 55, we will get 56. So write 56 here. Next after 56, we will get 57. So write 57 in this circle. After 57, 58. After 58, we will get 59. So children, so in this way, we can fill the missed numbers in any given rows. So now, let us go to the next section in the worksheet. So arrange in ascending order. So children, already we have practiced some problems on ascending order and descending order. What is ascending order? Arrangement of the given numbers from smallest number to greatest number. So arrangement of numbers from smallest to greatest is called ascending order. So see the first problem. So we have to write these numbers from smallest to greatest. So write the smallest number first. So what is the smallest number among these? Now we have to compare these numbers. So they have given 5 numbers. The first number is 23. Second number is 28. Third number is 42. And fourth number is 34. And fifth number is 56. So which is the smallest number? Now we have to compare the first digit in each number. So what is the first digit in 23? 2. And what is the first digit in 28? 2. What is the first digit in 42? 4. And what is the first digit in 34? 3. And what is the first digit in 56? 5. So among 2, 4, 3 and 5, which is the smallest digit? So 2 is the smallest digit. But there are 2 numbers with the same digit 2. So if the first digits are same, then compare the second digit in these numbers. So what is the second digit in 23? 3. And what is the second digit in 28? 8. So among 3 and 8, which is the smaller digit? So 3 is the smaller digit. So 23 is the smallest number among these numbers. So write 23 first. And after 23, which is the smallest? 28. So the next number will be 28. And after 28, which will be the next smallest? So 34. So 34 will be the next smallest number. So write 34. And after 34, the next smallest digit is 4. That is 42 is the next smallest number. And what is the remaining number here? 56. So write 56 in the last. And see the second problem here. So here also there are given 5 numbers. The first number is 30, second number is 24, third number is 48, fourth number is 32, and fifth number is 75. Now we have to write the smallest number first. So which is the smallest number? Now compare the first digit in each number. So what is the first digit here? 3. What is the first digit in 24? 2. And what is the first digit in 48? 4. What is the first digit in 32? 3. And what is the first digit in 75? 7. So among 3, 2, 4, 3 and 7, which is the smallest digit? 2 is the smallest digit. That means 24 is the smallest number. So write 24 in the first. And after 24, which is the smallest digit? 3. But there are 2 numbers with the same digit 3. That is 30 and 30. These 2 numbers have same digit 3. Then if the first digits are same, then compare the next digit. So what is the next digit in 30? 0. And what is the second digit in 32? 2. So among 0 and 2, which is the smallest? So 0 is the smallest. That means 30 is the smallest number. Write 30 here. And after 30, which is the smallest? 32. So write 32 after 30. And after 32, so which number is the smallest? 48 or 75? 48 is the smallest. So write 48 in the fourth place. And the remaining number is 75. So write the remaining number in the last. So children, so this is the arranging ascending order of given numbers. So now let us go to the next section in the activity, that is worksheet. It is arrange in descending order. Descending order means arrangement of numbers from greatest to smallest. So greatest to smallest is called descending order. So first we have to start descending order with the greatest number. So which one is the greatest number among these numbers? So there are 5 numbers are given also. So the first number is 25, second number is 31, third number is 35, fourth number is 50, fifth number is 37. Now compare the first digit in each number. So here 25, what is the first digit? 2. In 31, what is the first digit? 3. In 35, what is the first digit? 3. In 50, what is the first digit? 5. In 37, what is the first digit? 3. So among 2, 3, 5 and 3, which is the smallest digit? That means which is the greatest digit? So 5 is the greatest digit. That means 50 is the greatest number. So write 50 in the first. And after 50, which is the next greatest number? That is, which is the next greatest digit? 2, 3 or 3. So 3 is the next greatest digit. But there are 3 numbers with the same digit 3. So 31, 35, 37. In these 3 numbers, the first digit is same, that is 3. So if the first digits are same, then compare the second digit. So what is the second digit in 31? 1. What is the second digit in 35? 5. And what is the second digit in 37? 7. So among 1, 5 and 7, which is the greatest digit? 7 is the greatest digit. That is 37 is the next greatest number. So write 37 after 50. So after 37, which is the greatest number? 35. So write 35 in the third place. So after 35, which is the greatest number? 25 or 31? 31 is the greatest. So write 31 in the fourth place. And what is the remaining number here? 25. So write the remaining number in the last. So children, so this is the descending order, and practice this problem at your home as a homework. And now let us go to the next section in the worksheet. So children, see the next section. So what comes before, between, after the given numbers? So already we have practiced these problems, how to write the before numbers and how to write the between numbers and how to write the after numbers. So let us recall once again how to write the before numbers. So how can we write the before number? We can write the before number just by subtracting 1 from the given number. So what will be the before number for 3? So before 34, what will we get? So before 34, we will get 33. So write 33 in the circle. And next, and 86. So what is the before number for 86? So before 86, we will get 85. So write 85 in this circle. So next, we have to write between numbers in these circles. So see the first one, 56 and 58. What is the between number 56 and 58? So after 56, what number we will get? After 56, we will get 57. So write 57. Then 57 will be the between number. And see the next one, 92 and 94. We have to write the between number. So what number will we get after 92? After 92, we will get 93. So write 93 here. So this number will be the between number between 92 and 94. See the last one, after numbers. So how to write the after numbers? We can write the after numbers for the given numbers just by adding 1 to the given number. So see one here, what is the given number here? 75. What is the after number for 75? So 75 after, we will get 76. So write 76 in this circle. So next, 49. So after 49, children, what number you will get? 49 after 50. So after 49 after 50, so write 50 in this circle. So children, so this is about worksheet in this chapter, and this is the end of this chapter. And next chapter will be continued in the next episode.